Hey everyone, it's Billy Boylan here with the Boylan Team Realtors.
And I'm Amy Boylan. Each month we break down the latest Northern Nevada real estate numbers so you know what's really happening in Reno-Sparks, Carson City, Tahoe, and the surrounding areas. Whether you're buying, selling, or just curious about the market, this update will give you the insight you need to make confident decisions. Let's start off with Reno's numbers for August 2025. Median sales price was $615,000. That's down almost 5.5% from the same time last year. Closed sales was 263 homes. Median days to contract is 26 days, which is a little bit slower than it was last year. Active inventory right now in Reno is 828 homes, and the month supply of inventory is 3.1 months, which is just a little bit more inventory than we had the same time last year. Now let's take a look at Sparks numbers for August 2025. Median sales price was $563,000, just up about 1% from the same time last year. Closed sales was 123 homes. Median days to contract is much slower than last year at 37 days, 30% slower. Active inventory right now in Sparks is 357 homes, and month supply of inventory is 2.9 months. Inventory is up almost over 25% from the same time last year. Now let's take a look at Fernley's numbers for August 2025. Median sales price was $410,000, up 4.5% from the same time last year. 47 homes closed in August. That's up almost 12% from August of 2024. Median days to contract, 51 days, considerably slower than the same time last year. Active inventory right now in Fernley is 95 homes, and month supply of inventory is only 2 months. It's down over 35% from the same time last year.
Now let's take a look at Carson City for August 2025. Median sales price was $500,000. Closed sales was 43 homes closed in August. Days to contract was 36. Active inventory is 107 homes, and month supply of inventory is 2.5 months. On paper, making it a seller's market, but there's more to the story. Stay tuned. We'll take a deep dive into what that means to you as a buyer or a seller. Now let's take a look at Douglas County for August 2025. Median sales price was $585,000, down about 19% from the same time last year. Days to contract was 39. Active inventory is 188 homes on the market. Month supply of inventory is 3.8 months worth of inventory. Now let's take a look at Lyon, Story, and Churchill counties for August 2025. Median sales price was $439,950, up about 4% from the same time last year. Days to contract was 37 days. Active inventory is 160 homes on the market. Month supply of inventory is 2.8 month supply of inventory in those 3 counties.
Now let's zoom in and take a look at some of the premier neighborhoods in Reno. Let's start with Somersett. In August 2025, the median sales price was $812,000. Active listings right now in Somersett is 65 homes. Number of homes sold in August was 12, and the median cumulative days on market in August was 81 days. That means from the day it was listed to the day it was sold, most homes were right in that 81-day range. Now let's take a look at South Meadows. The median sales price in August 2025 was $650,000. Active listings right now in South Meadows is 163 homes, 47 homes sold in August, and the median cumulative days on market for August in South Meadows was 85 days. Now let's swing out to Wingfield Springs and see what happened in August 2025. Median sales price was $606,500. Active listings right now is 163 homes, 44 homes sold in August, and median cumulative days on market for August in Wingfield Springs was 82 days.
Now let's take a look at all the counties for August 2025 in Northern Nevada. The median sales price was $545,000. Closed sales was 643 homes closed in August. Days to contract was 32. New listings was 756. And month supply of inventory is 3.2 months worth of inventory.
So we get a lot of questions every month, as you can imagine. And so we're going to touch on a few that we get a lot, just to kind of help you understand our market a little better. First off, we went through the numbers about month supply of inventory. Some were 3 months, 2 months, 2.1. Typically when you're 3 and under, that's a strong seller's market. However, it's kind of a little misleading right now because there's a lot of homes on the market and buyers are being a little more picky, a little slower to come to market because they're worried about interest rates and all that type of things. That's why homes are sitting longer. So although it is technically a seller's market, buyers have a lot of leverage. Sellers typically have a lot of equity in their home, and they're willing to work with the buyers. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and on average, the sellers are getting about 97.5% what they listed their home for, and that's good for sellers and buyers because the sellers are getting what they're asking, but there's also money to be had for the buyers.
Yeah, where they can help with closing costs or buying that interest rate down. We were checking the interest rate the other day with our friend Desiree at Guild Mortgage, and what was that, 2 days ago?
Yep.
And it was 6.5 to 6.6% was what their rate was that day. Then if you take a credit that you can get from the seller oftentimes to buy that rate down, you can get it even lower.
Yeah, you can get that house for under, in the 5% range for interest rate. So
high fives.
High fives. Right. The market's a roller coaster, but you need to know your specific neighborhood, your specific area, what's happening in your neighborhood, and find the best deal.
Right, so if you're looking to buy, or even when you're looking to sell, it's a good thing to talk with us first, but also talk with the lender. If you're not going to be paying cash for your next home, find out what the interest rates are doing. Billy has mentioned that they're expecting, fingers crossed, that we're getting another rate cut. When is that, the 17th?
On the 17th.
And we never know for sure, because we hear this all the time, we're going to get a cut and then we don't get it. But right now, that's the way it's trending. So it could be meaning maybe more buyers are going to come out. And it means the sellers, you offer them a concession where you buy down their rate. It makes them even more motivated to buy your house and pay top dollar for it. So if you're looking, remember what you talk about, you've talked about this before. If we look at little chunks of 10 years of history of the housing market, never in the history have housing prices gone down over 10 years. They may fluctuate, but they continue to go up if you look at it in big chunks. So it's always a good time to buy. It just depends on if it's a good time and the right time for you.
Right. So if you can afford the home, talking to your lender, talking with us to find the right home for you. If you can afford the payment and you're emotionally ready, it's always a good time to buy and own a home.
And we're going to talk with Desiree in the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of creative ways now where getting loans for self-employed people, gig workers, things like that, people that would have had a harder time years ago qualifying for a loan. So there's a lot of ways to get into a home now. So like Billy said, if you can afford it, the payment works, it's the right time, then that's the best market for you.
Thanks for watching. We look forward to hearing from you. Seeing you next time.
For all your real estate news, local market updates in Northern Nevada, lifestyle and events, check us out on all your favorite socials.
Make sure you ring that bell and put a comment below.
All right, what do you think the Fed's really going to do on the 17th? Are we going to get that rate cut that we're hoping for?
You think all the buyers are going to be jumping off the fence?
Hope so. We're Amy and Billy Boylan with eXp Realty. Make the Boylan Team your team.
We love what we do.
And you will too.